Tulum is insanely expensive, or is it? In this video, I'm sharing with you how much does it cost to travel in Tulum, and we're gonna do like a choose your own adventure with a expensive side and a not so expensive side. And if you're new here, yo, I'm Christine Lozada with Where in the World is Seattle, and I make travel videos every week. Help you get up and travel. So if you like to travel, consider subscribing. I love Tulum. This is one of so many videos and blog posts dropping. Make sure you check that out in the description because there's tons of helpful resources in there for you, and I don't want you to miss a thing. The first cost that can wildly change your Tulum experience is where you stay. And so I recommend checking out the video that breaks down the different neighborhoods, but let's talk about what it might cost depending on the neighborhood you choose. The first thing to know is that if you choose to stay on the beach, it is wildly more expensive than if you were to stay elsewhere around Tulum. Obviously, that means you are on Tulum Beach, which is one of the best places to be if there is no seaweed. Info on that in the description below. And so staying on the beach can cost significantly more. Let's give an example. I just checked out of Selena downtown. No, I don't recommend it. It was a fine stay. Info on that in the description below. I only paid $60 to $75 per night. It was fine. If I stayed for the same dates that I was at, February 2024, on the beach, then that same room, a private room, would have cost somewhere between $220 to $300 per night. A significant difference. I've stayed at other properties on Tulum Beach. You can check that out in the full blog post if you want more of a cost breakdown. But basically at a high level, you are paying two different prices for town, Pueblo, versus the hotel zone on the beach. And if you're thinking, ooh, Christine, I found this amazing, super vibey, brand new place in Aldea Zama or La Valletta, and it claims to be easy access to the beach. Oh, you are in the middle of nowhere. I'm just gonna put that out there. Tulum is growing super fast. Check out that video. And getting around is a difficult thing. So we will talk about that next. But yes, you will absolutely find great places. I'm actually at the entrance to Aldea Zama. Was super curious about this property. I'm at the Motto right now. This hotel is going for around $150 a night all in. The prices I'm quoting you are with taxes and with fees, because no one wants to be like, oh my gosh, the taxes and fees added additional 50% to the, I'm giving you the full amount. And don't forget, this is just what it's like right now. I'm giving you an apples to apples comparison in February 2024. Does that mean you're gonna get the same price? Maybe. Check the latest prices in the description below. Be a smart traveler and make sure you price compare. And so yes, you can get super vibey, awesome places in Aldea Zama and La Valletta, but it also depends on what you're looking for and what kind of traveler you are. So I'll leave it at that. Ooh, let's keep this day rolling. You got up at the hotel that you're staying at, and now it's time for coffee, but how are you going to get there? And so here's kind of, in my opinion, the breakdown of like the different options you have of how to get around. And these prices are coming from, I am everywhere, like taking pictures of all of these things and keeping my eye out for you. So check the blog description. See the blog post if you want to see more receipts or images of me taking photos of menus and things like that. That's all in there for you. But how you get around will vary based off of what kinds of activities, tours, etc. that you'll be doing. So if we go with the two most popular options, regular bike versus scooter bike, that's where we're at now. And let's now get to breakfast. Now that we got some wheels to take us there. How much you will pay for breakfast will depend on where you're going for breakfast. Generally speaking, things in town cost significantly less than things on the beach. And so one of the breakfast spots I love, ooh, what's an apples to apples comparison? Let's do avocado toast with an egg to avocado toast with an egg. In town, in Pueblo, oh, love Botanica. Love the staff there, amazing. Make sure you go and see if they have live music. You get some crazy fun Tulum vibes having breakfast and a really fantastic cappuccino there. At Botanica, you will be paying around 155 pesos for your avocado and your cappuccino. On the beach, lo mismo, same thing. Frescoes, really great spot. I loved going to this place in the middle of Tulum Beach. Fantastic service. Their avocado toast with an egg is 230 pesos, a cappuccino at 60. So now you're running just under 300 pesos for that. boom, these are your two different breakfast experiences that you can have. Which, by the way, if you're getting some value out of this video, cheers that like button, consider subscribing. And if you have a helpful tip, or if you have more Tulum advice, this place is changing so fast, add it in the comments. We're all a community. Your girl actually canceled her flight back to Florida so I can stay here to make these helpful videos for you. So if you're getting some value, push that button, share this with somebody. Check the info in the description for more resources. Let's talk about the next thing, which is, all right, well, how are you gonna, if you had breakfast, how are you gonna go spend your afternoon? There are a lot of tours all around Tulum that I absolutely love and that you should not miss out on. So for this next section, let's talk about tours. Cenotes, you gotta go to a cenote. It's one of the most special things about and specific to the Yucatan area. But if you go on a tour where they, depending on whether they pick you up and depending on whether they give you lunch and depending on how popular of a cenote they bring you to, some are free, some have entrance fees, that can cost anywhere between $50 to $100 US per person. Versus if you just go on your own to a cenote, I hate Cenote Calavera, do not recommend it, go somewhere else. Watch the cenote video, check out the blog post. But you can pay anywhere from $20 US to $30 US for entrance into a cenote if you just go on your own to one of the more popular ones. Two more popular tours that I recommend. One, Sian Khan. Go see the beautiful biosphere, go on a boat, go float down the lazy river. It's so much fun. And so depending on what type of tour you have, right? Like how involved is it, how many hours are they driving you there? It can cost anywhere from $100 to $200 US per person for Sian Khan. Go see the ruins, go to Chichen Itza, go to the Tulum ruins. So if you go to the Tulum ruins, those right now, the going price, which I'm sure will change, they've recently changed Tulum, so it's a national park now. And to get into the ruins is 100 pesos or $5 US. So boom, that's what this price will look like if you do a tour. So there are different ways that you can experience the beach. There's only a sliver of free beach left. They really changed things now that they've made the north part of Tulum Beach a national park. And I got semi-scammed on that one, but that costs this much if you want to go to just the beach, not the ruins on the north side. Or you can go to the sliver of free beach on the south side of Tulum Beach. Or the other way that you can enjoy it is through beach clubs. And there's kind of a few buckets. There's the beach clubs that you can just pay for what you eat and drink and enjoy the beach club. They generally will, if it's attached to a hotel, reserve the majority of seats and beds and sun chairs for the hotel guests. But see the beach club's live stream that I did from Delect, that was fantastic. That's one of the spots where you just pay for what you consume, versus other ones have a minimum spend. So for example, I'm going to a beach club tomorrow that has a minimum spend versus other ones have an entrance fee and a minimum spend. So there's a whole lot of options, but generally a beach club can run you somewhere around $50 to $100 US if you're doing the ones that have the specific consumption or entrance fee. Ooh, it can actually be way more than that depending on the season and if there are events and things like that. Don't forget, I'm giving you like examples of prices so that you can get a feeler, but like, yeah, I can't do your budget. I don't know if you're drinking Moet or if you're drinking, oh man, what's that wine? Drinking wine in Tulum's hard. I did find a wine bar in Almadea Zama. Now I'm gonna go drink something nice. Where was I? This is important. So for the tours part of things, don't forget to check the description. I recommend using Viator so that you can cancel 24 hours in advance if your travel plans change. But the other thing that's so important about the way I put the link in there for you is that it's traveler ranked. I don't want what Viator is going to recommend for me. I want what travelers say, right? That's why these opinions are important. Add yours in the comments below with your helpful tips. Cenote DIY and cenote on a tour. Let's go with free beach and let's go with you went for a minimum spend somewhere. talk about it. Delect tacos, fantastic, cost this much, versus tacos in town will cost you this much. Oh, speaking of tacos, La Malinche is one of my favorite taco places, not attached to a beach club or a hotel or anything like that, just its own standalone restaurant on Tulum Beach. Oh, amazing tacos for around 75 pesos or 4 US per taco. And actually, here's a little oddball. Given where I just checked in, I went downstairs. I don't even feel like I'm in Tulum based off of where I'm at the entrance to Aldea Zama, and went to the fancy little burrito place and was just like, how much is the steak burrito? It's 25 US dollars. I bet it's really good. To be totally honest, I'm probably gonna go eat that right after this, but it's not cheap. All right, let's talk about how we're gonna spend our evening together. Don't forget to press this button. Sunset drinks. Ooh, sunset drinks at Azulik on the beach. Love this spot. You can expect to pay, I don't know, it depends on how expensive you want to go on the wine front, but cocktails, wine, etc., somewhere around 20 to 25 US dollars to have a drink at Azulik. Or if maybe you want to spend your evening doing a pub crawl in Pueblo, there's tickets on Viator to do a pub crawl. It's around $40. I think they do like free shots in between too. I did something like that in Japan. It was fantastic. Pueblo, obviously significantly less expensive. Or let's say drinking is not your thing and you want to go do a tour. One of the things that recently opened in town is Mystica. It's like a Meow Wolf experience minus the cool part of the Go Mart thingy. Basically, it's like an interactive museum almost. I bet it's air conditioned too. Around 25 US dollars. So these are different ways that you can spend your evening. Let's go with Mystica and let's go with sunset drinks. Wait, you can't just have one sunset drink. Let's go with 3 sunset drinks. Wait, 3 is a lot. 2 sunset drinks because you'll probably have a drink with dinner. I guess it depends on how you're feeling. Final answer, 2 sunset drinks. Dinner. This is a hard one because it depends on what you order, and let's just call it in town. Generally, if you don't drink alcohol, a dinner will be somewhere around 15 to 20 US dollars. Versus if you go to the beach, oh man, there's amazing restaurants around there. You can pay $100, you can pay $500 for dinner. I have some restaurants that I really love. Things are changing really fast, but most recently my dinner at Casa Jaguar was around $150 per person with light drinks. It's time to total it up. We ain't talking about getting from the airport nor your flights. That's wild, and we don't know how much that's gonna cost. And you might not even be coming from Cancun Airport. Boom, these are your prices. A less expensive Tulum, a more expensive Tulum. Don't forget, so many videos in the description and blog posts and so many more things. Add your comment below. Tulum is changing. They are trying very hard to charge you for anything that they can, including getting the photo. You gotta get the photo. Do you have to get the photo? If you've never been to Tulum before, you have to get the photo. That video is actually in the description also. Anyway, join me in the next video. Tons in the playlist. See you in the next adventure. Ciao! And if you're looking at that note in there about the taxis, one thing that is guaranteed in Tulum, actually 2 things are guaranteed in Tulum. One, you will get mosquito bites, more in the summer, but I am tore up right now from filming yesterday's YouTube video. Oh, that was gnarly. But number 2 is you will get scammed by a taxi. It's just part of it. Hopefully habla un poco español and you can make amigos with some of the driver amigos and get around okay on that front. But for the most part, you're gonna get scammed. So someone paying $5 for a taxi, the same taxi ride and distance could go to someone else for $50 and someone else for $500. It just depends on the situation. If you want my advice on which mode of transportation to take, check out the other video around how to get around Tulum.